Hi there, 5th class. This video will hopefully explain some of the parts of wastewater treatment that the first video mentioned but didn't really explain. Here we have our typical house, and the pipe coming out of that house is taking wastewater away from the house. Now it's from here down to the treatment plant where a lot of problems can happen by putting the wrong things down into toilets and flushing them. In the next video, there is talk about this in a bit more detail. It's a very disgusting video, and it's a uniquely and truly disgusting thing called fatbergs. Watch that in a few moments if you dare. Okay, so wastewater coming from homes goes to sewage plants. And initially what happens is the first stage is to remove large objects that may block or damage equipment or just be ugly if allowed back into a river or the sea. This includes items that should never have been put down the drain in the first place, such as nappies, face wipes, and cotton buds. There are actually over 55,000 sewer blockages every year in the United Kingdom, caused by people putting the wrong things down the drain. The message is to think before you flush. Now, in the primary sedimentation stage down here, the wastewater contains still quite a lot of organic solid material, or human waste, poo to be precise. This stage separates this from the water, and it does this by putting the wastewater into large settlement tanks that you can see here. Here the solids sink to the bottom of the tank. This is called sludge at the bottom. This sludge is actually very valuable, and at the end of the video I'll explain why. In large circular tanks, large arms or scrapers slowly move around the tank and push the sludge towards the center, where it's then pumped away for further treatment. The water then passes over a wall near the top of the tank and is taken to the next stage. The water actually passes out over the top and taken to the next stage. Aeration. Although the visible bits of sludge have been taken out, we have to ensure that the smaller and sometimes invisible nasty bugs are taken out too. At larger sewage treatment works, the wastewater is put into rectangular tanks called aeration lanes, where air is pumped into the wastewater. This encourages the good bacteria to break down the nasty bugs by eating them. The more they eat, the more they grow and multiply until the nasty bugs have gone. Also, chemicals can be added at this stage to remove compounds called phosphates. These could be harmful to the rivers and sea if they were just released. Also, they're actually, again, a valuable resource for fertilizers that can be used by farmers. Okay, so settlement. This is the final stage. The treated wastewater is passed through a final settlement tank where the good bacteria sink to the bottom. This forms more sludge, which is also valuable as before. The treated wastewater is slowly filtered through a bed of sand, which acts as a filter and catches any remaining particles. The sludge. Most of the sludge is recycled to agricultural land for farmers to use as fertilizer, but it's also used to generate energy, and this can be done in three ways. Sludge is heated to encourage bacteria to eat it. This creates biogas that can then be burned to create heat, which in turn can be used to make electricity. Or the biogas can be cleaned to a higher standard and is then known as biomethane, so that it can be put into the national gas grid to power homes, businesses, and even schools. Or finally, sludge can also be dried into blocks called cake, which are then burned to generate heat, and that can be captured and turned into electricity. So as you can see, treating wastewater is important for the environment, but it's also valuable because we are getting resources back from it. If we go right back to the top, this is the whole point of this exercise this week. It's this stage here which can muck things up a little bit, flushing the wrong things down the toilet. Thank you.